Hello, and welcome to another episode of the PhazeCast. I'm Eric,
I'm Joe.
and we are here to talk to you about... What are we here to talk about today, Joe?
I don't know, man. It's a pretty slow week in the gaming news and the pop culture news. More people are just playing Tears of the Kingdom. Whole Gamestop quit on release day.
I saw that.
That happened.
I saw that. Good for them.
Why is it good for them?
Because fuck that company and the way that it handles its employees.
It's fair. But okay, that's fine.
I mean, when you look at this thing, so we have a friend that works at GameStop currently, and they told me that they're making $14.50 an hour.
Get a different job.
And that's the point. Good for them to go find a different job. But I think that's a flawed argument too, Joe. There aren't jobs out there, man.
Well, no, there are jobs out there.
They all just pay $14.50 an hour.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I know for a fact the service industry needs more fucking people.
Like food?
Yeah. It sucks. It's a shitty job, but hey, go be a fucking server and make shit tons of money.
Yeah, being a waiter is pretty good. But I guarantee you a lot of these places that say, like, oh, we're hiring, will not hire most people, if any.
And is that I hate to be the devil's advocate, is that because the person trying to apply for the job is unqualified for the job? Or
well, I mean, I think I'm not sure exactly what the like length of this period was, but at least for a good long while it was partially because everybody took COVID related loans and grants, and part of the stipulation of those loans and grants was that they had to be keeping their staff and bringing people on in some specific way that was causing businesses to make it look like they were hiring for legal reasons. And I think a lot of places still seem to be doing that, because I see now hiring signs fucking everywhere. And you know what, man, if somebody is not paying well enough to get people excited about that, that's not on the workers. That's on the
it's not.
That's on the fucking business.
No,
so
it's not.
Fuck GameStop, and good for them. That was pretty crazy. I did anybody get their Tears of the Kingdom? Did they leave the store open?
They everyone stole a copy of Tears of the Kingdom and they left. No, I don't know.
Like, that would be kind of fun.
Yeah, that would be kind of fun, I guess.
If a GameStop was left open like that and you walked by and people were looting it, would you join the looting?
No, because I don't loot. That's kind of a dick move.
Yeah, I don't think that I would either.
Mm-mm.
I guess it depends on how I'm feeling that day. If I feel especially screwed by the bourgeoisie that day, I might take a copy of something.
I mean, GameStop is a pretty on record shitty company, but also at the same time, didn't they almost file for bankruptcy a few times?
Yeah, and then they had that huge stock boom, and their response was to make shitty NFTs.
Yeah,
which is
the
dumbest thing I feel like I've ever seen a company do.
Listen, man, I don't get it either. NFTs are dumb.
That's done, right? We're not
NFTs.
Yeah, that's over.
No, people still attempt NFTs. That's a real thing. And Bitcoin, those things they're definitely not as in the booming anymore. Am I really bright for some reason? I feel like I am. But now I feel like I'm really dark. Oh well, there's no balance here. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. It just seems like one of those things that kind of happened, was really popular for a bit, and will continue to happen as we move forward, but we just are not going to hear much about it. More of those sweeping under the rug things, whatever.
Bitcoin at least has value, I guess.
Let's not do that.
Because it's trading at almost $30,000?
Let's not.
Why?
Because
why?
At the end of the day, it is even more fake money.
Yeah, I know, right?
So let's not do at least blah blah. Nah, it's still fake money.
They were like,
fake
hey,
money, fake money.
You know how all money is fake. What if we made it
even more fake?
more fake?
Yeah, no.
They have like
This one-
ATMs though.
That
Like-
so what? That's
Well, it's just
ML
interesting.
MLM schemes exist, but like, what the fuck is this argument you're bringing to me?
Yeah, there's probably like an ATM for Cutco.
Cutco
Not
knives.
to like get the Cutco money, but to get the Cutco knives. You know, I went to an interview for Cutco once.
Oh God. Okay.
And it was
Why?
sort of weird. Remember? Sorry to put this person on blast, but remember Jonah?
Oh yeah, I bought a knife from Jonah, and then I never got the knife. Yeah, that's the thing that happened.
So yeah, he was like doing that for a while, but I didn't understand that, and he was not clear about it. And he was like, "Oh, I can get you an even better job here at this place," and I was like, "All right." And I got pretty psyched. I bought a shirt, and then I went in and realized that it was Cutco. I was like, "What the fuck, man?"
Yeah. It's he sells cars now.
I can see that.
I met him flying back home from Phoenix at your wedding. Actually,
Oh, really?
After your wedding, we were on the same plane.
What?
Then we caught up a little bit. Yeah, it was wild.
Oh.
Little
Well,
baby
anyway.
boy Jonah. Anyway,
I
no one cares about that.
I feel like it's a bad interview when they like, I don't know, there's like canned questions that interviews ask you where they're like, what's a hard situation that you've been through in your job and how did you fix it? And that's a red flag, man. When I go to an interview and they have those questions, I'm like, Jesus Christ. Do you have anything of substance to ask me or say to me?
I mean, it depends. It honestly does. I because that question can be useful. I think it just depends. If that's like one of the first things they throw at you, that's also like, okay, no, this is stupid.
We're like, you downloaded this from the internet.
Yeah.
This is just 6 questions to ask your trainee.
People
so
suck.
shiny. What's going on today, Joe?
Because you're sweaty from all the liquor.
Yeah, I went to Taco Fest last night,
Mm-hmm.
which is why I'm a little bit off my game.
How is your mom?
Joe, she watches this show sometimes. I don't know if she still does. I think now that other people occasionally listen to us, she feels it's obligated to. But I went to Taco Fest last night, and they gave us 6 drink tickets each, and they were little drink tickets. And so then you would go to like the front because it'd be like, first off, the taco lines filled up so quickly that we couldn't have any tacos. So they were only tequila
you're just
lines.
not willing to wait in line for a taco.
I didn't want to wait in line for the taco.
That's literally the whole point of the fucking Taco Fest, is that's what people do. They wait in line to eat tacos from taco trucks.
Well, we got like 4 tacos total, and it was like right at the beginning, and the lines were like super easy, and then it was like, I'm fucking full anyway. But the tequila lines were pretty short, and you get up there, and they'd be like, we're gonna make you a mixed drink that was like about that big. But then they'd also be like, why don't you just sample shots of each of these tequilas? And they'd give you little glasses like this, and they'd be like, here, and they wouldn't take the ticket for that. So it was a lot. It was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling okay, but
good.
But you contacted me in the midst of it.
I did. I tried
trying to get information out of me on how to edit our videos.
Not how to, on where to get stuff.
On video related questions, which I was like, I cannot right now.
No, you were absolutely unhelpful. The thing he told me was like, no, dude, just log into the Google account. I'm like, you dumb fuck. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I drunkenly gave you complete access to my Google account.
You do. I have complete access to your Google account.
I sent you these GIFs.
You did.
I think one of them is just a fortune cookie.
I don't know why you sent me a fortune cookie.
Oh, my screen is so cracked. Show them, Joe. I need to get a new screen protector.
You need to get a new phone, my dude.
My phone's okay. It's literally just a screen. Look at how fucked up that is.
Oh god, I can't. It's just full of shit, dude.
My phone?
I also have like a light. You can't see shit. What the fuck is this? The pooping? That's what you send me? That was a fucking... What are we doing here, Eric?
I played Tears of the Kingdom more this week.
Jesus, you're everywhere. Okay, cool. What
And
did you do? Did you play Tony Hawk's Link's Kingdom?
no, I still
Pro
haven't gotten
Skater?
to skateboard. I've played, I think, like about 15 hours of that game, and I feel like I've gotten next to nowhere because there's just so much to do in it. Which is sort of a good thing. It's really cool. It's fun. I was reading an article about just what a feat it is that game functions properly, and I was thinking about that, and it's true that like there's so many things that you can do. There are so many things that you can manipulate, and you can even go into your menu and take these little pods that you get from the robot people and create more items like fans and flamethrowers and rockets and shit. And you can use them anywhere, and it doesn't break the game. And that's such a crazy. There's like so many different solutions to things too. The first town that you're supposed to go to is Rito Village. You know the Ritos, right, Joe?
The Ritos? The bird peoples?
The birdies?
Okay, yeah.
So they're on like an island that you can't really reach because a bridge went out, and they don't care because they can fucking fly. And there's a lady by the bridge who's like, "Hey, I've got this fire, and when I put a pine cone in it, it creates a gust of wind." And me, being the dummy that I am, bypassed that entirely and started building a giant bridge out of logs.
Jesus.
Which almost worked.
Does that stay there for the whole game? That giant bridge?
That's a good question. I don't know. I haven't gone back anywhere yet that I've created a bridge, so I'm not sure. I can't imagine that it would. Because that would just bog the game down.
Like eventually you leave to a point and then it just goes away. I think it would.
Yeah, it has to be like procedurally generated.
Well, you talk about that. I saw a TikTok of a dude with a flying machine that drops off half of it so it becomes a fighting drone.
Did you see like the homing missile system?
Dude, it's wild. It's wild.
All I'm doing is cutting down trees and making bridges to nowhere. I'm bad at this game. And my kid, my 10-year-old son, was watching me play, and he was like, "Dad, didn't that guy say that you could like use the wind?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" "No, they didn't. There's all these trees around. Clearly I have to make a bridge." And then I went back and I put a pine cone in the fire, and I used my little glider to go up after I had dropped 2 bridges into the chasm. They didn't really work. But they could have, had I been better at it, which is incredible.
Oh boy. Oh my lord. So I finished Jedi Survivor.
You did?
Yes, I did. 100%ed it. Yeah. Very good. It's a pretty straightforward plot, and they kind of change. What I had thought would be the end boss wasn't the end boss, and then it became abundantly clear who the end boss was going to be. I don't want to go too far into spoilers, I guess, even though we're infamous for doing this on the channel. Also, you haven't played it.
You can. I'm not going to play it. I mean, no. I mean, I am going to play it, but okay. I don't care about spoilers.
So spoiler alert. You're Cal Kestis, you're back, you got your BD1, and you're fighting the Empire. You meet a new character in like the first level called Bodakuna. He's a mercenary with a jetpack, and he's got 2 pistols. Classic. He's one of the only surviving members of your squad when you guys leave, and you guys develop a friendship, and you find basically something that will lead you to a place that you can go and be hidden from the Empire. It's a planet that it needs like a special compass to get to. You wake up an ancient Jedi who had found the planet, and turns out he was mad because the Jedi abandoned it, and he turned into a Sith, succumbed to the dark side, yada, yada, yada. So you end up fighting this one-armed Sith for like the big bad for a lot of it. After you and Bode defeat him finally, you're like, "Bode, we should use this to help other people and not just your daughter, yourself, and my family."
And then it turns out he's the bad guy.
Well, Bode didn't want to... Bode was like, "Oh, okay." Yeah, so it turns out Bode was an Imperial spy the entire time. But he had found... But because of the escape from the Empire thing, he was all on board, just being his friend and leaving, as long as it was him and his daughter and Cal and the members of the Mantis. But when Cal's like, we should give this to the Path, which is a secret, like, they mentioned it in a few of the different Star Wars material. They mentioned it in Andor, in Obi-Wan. It's just a group of people who are secretly smuggling Force-sensitive people out. Yeah, essentially.
Right. When Obi-Wan finds that tunnel.
Yeah, the Path, exactly. So they're sneaking out some, Force-sensitive people, and he's like, we can give this to the Path, and they can come with us. And Bode's like, that sounds risky. I don't think we should do that. And he's like, I know it's risky, but this could be a chance, and blah, 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 blah. And he was really hopeful. And Bode then told everybody where their secret
no, he
Jedi...
did not.
Okay, so Bode played everybody at that part. It was actually watching Bode descend into the dark side, because Bode actually turned out to be another Jedi survivor. He survived he was a Padawan who survived the Clone Wars by switching alliances at the end, by being a secret agent, because that's what he was good at. So he calls Darth Vader onto Jeddah, where a secret base is, and you get to play against Darth Vader, and fuck, that boss fight was cool as shit. But he betrays Cal, he leaves for Tanalorr, and then eventually you and him in like this 1v1 fight. It's pretty good. It's emotional. It just kind of felt like it's a very Star Wars-esque thing, because it felt like a good second game, and there's definitely room for a third, like to finish it off and round it off.
A trilogy, you said.
Yeah, like a trilogy.
I'd be down.
This definitely felt like an Empire Strikes Back moment, because even though like it doesn't end on a really good note, it kind of does, because you have the access to the secret planet to hide from the Empire, but you killed Bode and then have his daughter with you for the rest of the game now, and she's just there. You get a kid.
Hey kid, sorry about your dad.
The planet that you spent so long building up and helping, everybody starts leaving and or dying because the Empire's occupation starts becoming too big. Eventually, at the end of the game, there's a fucking Star Destroyer up in the sky. Everyone complains about it. People leave. It's like a very bittersweet feeling at the end, as the thing that you had helped build up starts to break down, and you can only look to the future, maybe, because even then, it's like, I don't know if I want to do this. And Cal starts succumbing to the dark side.
Nice.
Which is awesome, because it upgrades his like slow ability, which I didn't use at all, really. Because they made it an ultimate type attack. So instead of like just casting slow on somebody, it's just everybody is slowed in this area and I can hit them for a bit. Instead, now they get all slowed and you use the dark side and overpowered versions of the Force attacks. I crushed droids in my hand like Force Unleashed. And it felt so good. Man. It felt so good.
Force Unleashed was fun.
Yes. But that game was hard, and I definitely recommend it to people who are real big fans of Star Wars and who are real big fans of of Souls-like games. It's fucking good.
Yeah, and I feel like the Jedi Survivor games, or the first one at least, had sort of echoes of that game. That's kind of neat that they're doing some dark side stuff now.
Oh yeah,
that's
yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta
and the romance.
What about the romance?
There's romance.
In both?
Well, not really in the first one. The first one, it's like more trauma kids getting together. Second one is romance.
I never played the second one.
I'm still talking about Jedi Survivor.
Oh, I've never played Force Unleashed 2 either.
You didn't? Well, there's romance at the Force Unleashed, but yeah, it's fine. That's the whole point.
Do I have the Force Unleashed 2?
Force Unleashed. My issue with the Force Unleashed games is how fucking wonky it can be sometimes.
Yeah, well, that's the best part though. Is like you pick people up and they go flying for no reason. It's awesome. But that's where I feel like Fallen Order kind of locked that in a little better. It's still a little bit wonky. I've heard that the gameplay in the new one is way better. Is it?
Oh yeah, it is. They've expanded on it and made it really. It's just fucking entertaining. It really is. It sucks that, like, on the level of difficulty I play it at, it's some of the smallest things are still hard as shit. Like, there's this little fucking chicken guy. And his unblockable attack will fucking just straight kill you. Like, it's very telegraphed. You can see it coming. And it's like the easiest thing in the world to kill. But they usually place them around like 5 other chickens. And then you have to deal with anybody else coming your way. So it's just fucking hell.
Are they chickens like the little chickens from the Star Wars Episode 1 game? Did you ever play that?
No, I never played the Star Wars Episode 1 game.
What?
No.
That game was not great, but I played the shit out of it. I had to call the little number. Remember back in the day when you used to be able to call the number on the back of the manual, and like a guy would give you tips, and they'd be like, if you're on here for more than 5 minutes, you have to pay $400 to talk to us. Remember that?
No.
You don't remember that?
No, because I was good at games.
Did that? Oh, okay. I have all my strategy guides too. That was a thing that I was big on. And when I stopped getting strategy guides, I realized that I was really bad at video games. But I've gotten better. I've built some bridges in Tears of the Kingdom.
That didn't work.
Some of them worked. Not that one that I talked about today, but other ones did.
Okay.
That Hyrule is going to be connected by a superhighway by the time I'm fucking done with that game. There's going to be a highway of logs in the sky. It's going to be good.
You ready for some just random rapid fire questions to end this shit?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love this.
This has been like a weird episode. All right. How? Do you want deep ones or do you want hard ones?
Nope.
No, you don't want deep ones?
Nope. Had too much tequila yesterday for that.
Oh, I was going to ask you whose death hit you the hardest, but then
whose death hit me the hardest? Probably David Bowie recently. Not that it's like a big deal in my life, but like sometimes I think about the fact that David Bowie's dead, and I'm like, fuck, David Bowie's dead? That's weird. I like him.
Damn. My uncle. Anyway.
I was going to say, I'm lucky enough that like nobody close to me has really passed away in a very long time, so that's nice.
All right, if you could go,
so it's just David Bowie.
Would you rather have regrets about actions or inactions?
Regrets about actions for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'd rather have done something than not done something.
I think about that in the terms of like concerts sometimes. I think more about the concerts that I didn't make it to than the concerts that I went to sometimes.
Gotcha. What do you think people misunderstand about you?
That's silly. I don't know. People's perception.
He is not.
What?
Tubbo. He is not random internet white guy number 5.
I am not that guy who created that Bitcoin scandal, god damn it. Or there was one, and I think that I mentioned this already, but there was one where somebody commented on a clip on like Instagram or something, and they were like, you look like that guy who killed like 8 people at that elementary school recently. And I looked it up, and I was like, god damn it.
That sucks.
I wish that they were more wrong about that one. Fuck. I don't remember who it was. I put it out of my mind because I just hated that so much. I don't know. I think that takes a little bit sometimes to understand when I'm joking about shit and when I'm not, maybe.
Right. Okay. Yeah. People don't get. Yeah. You're bidding.
Yeah. My entire. I can't be serious about a lot of things, and I don't think that really connects with people right away.
I would almost. Mine is similar, is that people don't understand that my sarcasm at some points where I'm like, I'm just trying real hard to the point where like there's definitely, I definitely have 2 employees who are very religious, who I think they believe I am very Christian.
That's fun.
Is not the case.
That's fun though. You should start like asking to leave for religious reasons. They'll have to let you. It's like that Sanji clip. Remember, I got mad about that because we did a clip of where Sanji dropped that plate in the water, And I was like, don't litter. And you were like, yeah, wasting food
I
and
didn't
wasting
say.
plates
Yeah.
or
People
whatever.
weird. People weird.
And,
People
and,
weird.
and nobody, everybody thought we were serious about that. That's crazy to me.
I don't know.
Why would we care?
I don't know. All right, this is a deep cut. You ready for a deep cut? What's the cringiest thing you did as a teenager?
so okay.
Damn.
What's
Damn.
yours? What's yours?
Oh, what's mine? Okay. We're going to just turn. I think the cringiest thing I did as a teenager. Oh, God. The cringiest one? The cringiest? During a, like, in school concert, like a talent show thing, I was on stage with them just kind of headbanging for some reason. I don't know why I was there. And then me not understanding the flow of the song, I was like getting everybody to like quiet down, the people who are already jumping, and they were listening to me for some reason. And then I exploded too early when the beat dropped. And even though, and I just still think about that moment to this day because there was a
That's
beat.
not that bad.
It was really cringy though because
I thought you were
was
gonna
on
stage dive.
No, that's not cringy. That's fucking rad. What are you talking about?
Well, I thought maybe you were gonna stage dive and nobody caught you or something.
Oh, and I just got hurt. That's just sad. That's not cringy. That's painful.
It's not that bad.
Mm.
I had a little flip book going through my mind of just I was a disaster. So I'm gonna pass.
Yeah, it's hard. You don't get to pass. You don't get to ask me mine and then pass.
I don't know, man.
This fucking guy.
I don't know, man.
Pick a cringy thing that you did.
There was one time where I don't know. I'm trying to think. There was a time where I I can't say these. No, listen. There was a. Do you remember Spice?
Do you remember Spice?
Spice was like it was basically like catnip, but you could.
Oh fuck yeah!
Smoke.
Okay, I forgot about that. Go on. Oh, this is gonna be great.
I don't know. There was a time that I like. I don't know. No, I'm not gonna go there.
Say it.
You
have to say.
Do you remember instead Ambien?
No, go to the Spice one. I want the Spice one.
No, it's not good. It's actually not good. This one's better.
Yes, I know Ambien. Everyone knows Ambien.
Because all I did was freak out and make everybody uncomfortable. It's not that great. One time I used to take Ambien, which really
shouldn't do that.
Fucking trip. And one time on Ambien, I like woke up in like my parents' closet. One time on Ambien, I like went downstairs and I was like, I need to see the movie United 93 because it's my patriotic duty to see this 9/11 movie. And my mom the next day was like, why did you come downstairs and demand to see United 93? And then one time, this is probably the cringiest thing. One time I got on the internet and I sent flowers to a girl that I had a crush on via
Aww.
the internet. And
what do you mean?
And never told her. She and I think about that still because she was like, "Oh yeah, how did these show up at my house?" It was me and I was on Ambien. I didn't know what I was doing, and I cringe about that still to this day.
Ooh,
look, I'm like sweat.
That's a rough one. I'm not gonna lie, that one's a bad one. Ooh.
I told you. Ambien is a hell of a drug, man.
You shouldn't do Ambien there. Jesus fuck.
You can't tell me that now. It's too late. I took the Ambien. It's over.
Okay.
Give me like a normal question like PlayStation or Xbox.
We already did whole videos on those.
Did you know that Crash Bandicoot was procedurally generated and they distributed the game to the like from the onboard RAM to like the memory that was like not directly on the fucking drive or whatever. They had to like swap it in order to get Crash Bandicoot to work. So it would take chunks of it back onto the onboard RAM pieces at a time so that it could be as detailed as it is.
Okay, Rain Man, that's a very random ass thing that you just say. I'm just gonna throw you a softball, and then we're gonna call the episode because this is fucking weird. What mythical creature do you want to be real? If you could pick a mythical creature to be real, which one would that be? Laughing too hard? I guess I'll go first. All right.
Yeah, what?
Give me a phoenix.
Well, okay, but they've been catching shit on fire all the time.
Yeah, but then we have a bird that never dies, and that's going to constantly produce chicken eggs. We switch
Do you think they
to
taste
phoenix
better?
eggs. I don't know. Eggs are eggs.
No, that's not true. Ostrich eggs taste different.
Not a lot.
Yeah, but like a little.
Who gives a fuck? You season eggs, you're fine.
They're like a little hefty. I think that I would want the Loch Ness Monster to be real.
That's horrible. That's terrible, dude. That's fucked up.
Why?
You'd want that poor creature to be stuck in a lake where it can't do anything and definitely can't get enough food? That's fucked.
It's just a personal preference. When I was a kid, I read a lot of books on the Loch Ness Monster and always kind of hoped that he was real.
Mm-hmm.
What about Bigfoots? That'd be crazy.
Nah, man.
Well, we can't wish that was real because Bigfoots are real. Nobody can prove that otherwise.
Listen, I don't want Bigfoots to be real because then there'd be too many people trying to fuck them. Like, that's why I don't want that.
Do you think that's the point of those, like, Finding Bigfoot shows on Discovery Channel?
I want to fuck a Bigfoot.
They're like, we've got to find this guy.
They're the missing link. And I'm like, no, it's not. That's not how that works.
No, it's really not how that works.
It'd just be a dude. It'd just be a creature.
It's really not how that works at all.
Yeah.
Well, that's our episode, everybody.
That's our episode, everybody. I'm sorry. I'll talk to you, everybody, later. Thank you for spending some of your time. Thank you for wasting some of your time with us.
We'll see you on Friday for another episode of the PhazeCast Watches One Piece, and back again for the PhazeCast on Wednesday.
Goodbye, everybody.
Please like and subscribe, and I will tell you more things that I did on Ambien.
Bye, everybody.